What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports. I'm back. Happy New Year. Hope you have, I know, happy late New Year's, rather, because it's damn near almost March. I hope everybody had a safe holiday season and stuff. You know what? I've been meaning to make a video about the Lakers, the 49ers, boxing, or just like real life videos, but life catches up with you. I've been busy with work, family obligations, bought a home just last year, so I've been really busy with everything. But I'm here to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and my thoughts on how they did in the first half of the season. And Magic Johnson, Luke Walton, the young guys, tanking and all that. Anyway, we finished it with a first half record of 19-39, and that's good for second worst in the Western Conference. Only Phoenix has a worse record by one game. Anyway, or half a game, however you want to do the math. Anyway, let's start with the guards. I'm going to start with the young guys. Let's talk about D'Angelo Russell. In my first video before the season, I thought he would average about 17 points, 5 and 5, but he's about at 14.8, about 3 rebounds and about almost 5 assists. He's like 4.7 or something, 6 or something, and he's shooting a shade under 40%, which I'm very disappointed at, because coming into the draft, he has a reputation of being a good shooter, and he's shooting about 34% from 3. We know he can do better than that, and I was kind of disappointed in Luke Walton a little bit. I mean, I think don't get me wrong, Luke's the right guy to be our head coach and everything, but I thought he was going to play D'Angelo 35, 36, 40 minutes or whatever, but D'Angelo was only playing 27 minutes. But now that with Lou Williams gone and with new emphasis on the young guys, letting these young guys develop, I really think that Luke Walton's going to tighten the bench a little bit more and let the young guys play about 35 minutes a game. At point guard playing, I only want to see D'Angelo Russell playing and the newly acquired Tyler Enos that was traded for Marcelo Huertas. And shortly after he got traded to Houston, he got cut by Houston, waived. Now let's go to shooting guard. That's Jordan Clarkson or Nick Young. Jordan Clarkson is really a combo guard. He can do point guard or he can do and shooting guard, but I prefer him at the shooting guard position. And quite frankly, I prefer Nick Young taking a backseat a little bit, being that we were unable to trade him for a second round pick. So Nick Young should see less minutes, and we should see more minutes for Jordan Clarkson to go up. I prefer to see Clarkson start. I mean, he's a good slasher and shooter. He has potential to be a good defender. He's athletic. He's 6'5", so he's got good size. So I don't see no reason why he should be the starter. I preferred him starting, but with Nick Young playing out of his mind, defending, shooting over 40% from 3, averaging 13 points per game, almost over. So Nick Young was the surprise of the year, and I'm very happy Nick Young was finally able to get the Hollywood lifestyle, get the Iggy Azalea out of his system, and really play good basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers. At small forward, we got Brandon Ingram, Lou Haldane, and the newly acquired Corey Brewer, who we got in the Lou Williams trade, which was a first-round pick. I'm glad we got rid of Lou Williams. Lou Williams was killing us as far as because we want to keep our top 3 protected pick. Anyway, I'm glad that Luke Walton, towards the end of the first half of the season, decided to start Brandon Ingram. Like I said earlier, I knew the Lakers Luke Walton was going to start Lou Haldane, has to ceremoniously to start the veteran, then has a season we're on. He was going to start Brandon Ingram. And we've seen flashes of Brandon Ingram. He's already has a potential to be a Paul George type of player. We won't get into free agency until after, and the offseason until after the season, so we won't even mention Mr. George. But anyway, at 6'9", 190 pounds, soaking wet, obviously the lack of strength came into play, but I really see an improvement in Brandon Ingram. The only thing is, he's playing a lot of minutes already. I want to see more minutes and see a bit more aggressive on the offensive end. And I noticed this: he's not a good free throw shooter. For somebody that was a good 3-point shooter, shot 41% from 3 coming out of college. He's not a good 3-point shooter, and he was not a good free throw shooter. I'm a bit disappointed in that, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with Mr. Ingram, and I think he has a season where I'll have better games, much better games. As far as Lou Haldane, Corey Brewer, I'm not as down on Lou Haldane as a lot of people are on the Facebook group that I follow, simply because he's doing what he's doing. Like, he's providing veteran leadership, and he's provided some good games, and he's playing hard, and I see the effort in Lou Haldane. So I think Lou Hall should stay. Moscow should go, but that's another story. As Corey Brewer, I'm glad we got him. Unfortunately, he's not an expiring contract exactly. He has another year left on his deal at $7.5 million, but he's known as a defender, and he can probably teach Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell, and Jordan Clarkson how to defend a little bit better, how to pick his brain on how to like use angles, better technique defensively, and I think that was a quality trade. Now let's go to the power forward position, Mr. Julius Randle. I expected Julius Randle to average 10 points, but he's at about 10 rebounds a game, but he's at about 13 points and 8 rebounds a game, so he took a little dip on the rebound production, but since he's obviously making an increase on the offense, but I would like to see Julius Randle go back to being that double-double machine that he was in his second season, really rookie season, but in his second season. But he's had a couple of triple-doubles this year, showing he can bring the ball down the court. He can be actually an oversized Draymond Green, but I want to see him get over 10 rebounds a game in the second half of the season, concentrate on the defensive end, work on his. Actually, he's hit a couple of threes this year, so he's working on his shot, so it's improving. So he is working hard, and I've been pretty impressed and pretty pleased with Julius Randle. Now, one of my favorite Lakers, Larry Nance Jr. This was a steal in last year's draft, and I think he should be a Laker for years to come. I like his energy. I like what he brings on defensive end. A bit injury prone at times. Highlight dunker, athletic. Obviously got that from his father, Larry Nance Sr., a former slam dunk champion. But he's doing pretty well, and I just want to see him stay healthy and work on his offensive game a little bit more. But that's a piece I want to see the Lakers keep, obviously. And I've been pretty impressed with Thomas Robinson, energy guy, hustle guy, end of the bench guy. And we got Metta World Peace. Obviously, at this point, Metta's just a coach. I wish Metta would just wink, retire so we can pick up somebody more useful like a Larry Sanders. But Metta's there to be a locker room guy at this point, and he's done a good job mentoring Julius Randle, for example, and all the other young forwards and the young guys as well. So I've been pretty pleased with Metta. I don't expect nothing from him anyway, as far as basketball, as on the court, but has more off the court, and that's all we can ask from Metta at this point in his career. Now let's go to center. And a couple games ago, we decided to start Tariq Black, and he's been pretty impressive. I always liked Tariq Black. One of the things that got me upset with Byron was that Byron put him in his doghouse, and he never let Tariq out. But Tariq's a bit undersized at center, at 6'9", but he's a hustle guy. He plays with heart. There's been times that he got like 10 rebounds in like 12 minutes. So he's out there trying and hustling. He gives it his all. He's very even thankful to even be a Laker. And we should always show respect to and cheer Mr. Tariq Black every time he plays. And the surprise of the team, obviously, is Ivica Zubac. Now, for some, he came into the season at 260 pounds. He lost weight. Obviously, he's 7'1". He's toning his body. He's working on his game. And the fact that he's the best rim protector on the team, and he's already shown good footwork and good polish on the offensive end, showing that I heard that he was supposed to be drafted higher in last year's draft, but he wanted to come over immediately because teams wanted to draft and stash him. But he ended up being a find for the late Mitch Kupchak. He's alive, but he's not longer with us. I'll get to that later. And I would like to see Ivica Zubac start over Tariq Black and have Tariq Black be the backup center. But I've been pretty pleased with Zubaca so far. One of my favorite Lakers. And I hate to say this, I had higher hopes for Timofey Mozgov. I'm saying all you gotta do is give Chris Mim numbers. If you remember Chris Mim, 10 and 6. he couldn't even do that. He's about 8-5, which is all right, but he's not effective on a defensive end. Can't seem to stay on the floor. Even if when he doesn't get into foul trouble, he doesn't play that. He only plays about 22 minutes. And I think Luke Walton did the right thing about benching him. And I think he can be useful for another team. Hopefully we can move Timofey Mozgov's contract to another team so we can open up cap space for the summer of 2018. Because I don't really see anything in this free agency this summer. But next summer will be the summer of the Lakers. I really think so. Now, I'm done. Now that I'm done talking about the young guys, let's talk about the front office shakeup. For the record, I have one on record on the Facebook site, and as well as with friends and talking to people on YouTube and talking to people on Facebook groups Laker groups that I'm in, and various sports groups that I'm in. That I'm not a Jim Buss hater, but now I was never a Jim Buss hater. I was always waiting to see, give this man more time because I wanted the late great Dr. Jerry Buss's son to succeed, but our board of governors, Jeannie Buss, they made the right decision on firing Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak, which I was shocked. But the disappointment was John Black. He's been with the Lakers since the early '80s, and I thought John Black deserved better than to be fired along with Mitch and Jim. But from Mitch, when I heard, I was never a Mitch Kupchak guy, even though he delivered the Paul Gasol trade and he delivered the Dwight Howard trade. I always felt that he was slow at times. He waited for the perfect deal. He should have unloaded Dwight Howard when he could have. He should have unloaded Paul Gasol for something. And I really think that we need a brighter personality and a new voice. And with the new NBA coming, it's all about relationships now. It's not about the old way no more. And Mitch was all about the old way. And even Jerry West said you got to change with the times. And he's done that. Jerry West done that over the years because the game changes. And I don't think Mitch Kupchak was able to make that adjustment. I'm thankful for what all of Mitch has done. He won us 5 rings. He was a player for the Lakers. He learned under Jerry West. He was part of the Showtime Lakers, I think. He was drafted by the Washington Bullets at the time. So we shouldn't. And when we see Mitch Kupchak on the street, show him some respect and say thank you for all you've done for the Lakers. And and I think that's what we should at least do. But now, let's get to Magic Johnson. I'm on the fence. I'm hoping for the best with Magic Johnson because we've seen other players become executives and fail, i.e. Michael Jordan, until Jordan took a step back. But we've seen others succeed, like Joe Dumars and Larry Bird. Larry Bird was also a very good coach. But I think Magic having all these relationships with all the current NBA players, and when Magic Johnson walks in the room, you listen. When celebrities see Magic Johnson, they go ooh and ah. Magic Johnson has a magnetic personality, smart businessman, a credible personality, leader on and off the court. Was a smiling killer, Lakers legend. I think he did the right thing. Now, we hired a former agent as well, and as our new general manager, Rob Pelinka. Whereas Magic has his strong points, Mr. Pelinka has his strong points. So I really think that they'll cancel each other. They'll fix each other's weaknesses, and I think they'll work together because Rob Pelinka is known as a shark as an agent, and he was a former agent of Kobe Bryant and James Harden and Eric Gordon. So he has relationships with the current players in the league, and that may be bode well with us. Because I really think, from what I'm hearing the last couple of years, 3-4 years, that when we've been striking out on free agents is because Jim and Mitch haven't built relationships with the current players in the NBA, and also they're stuck in their old ways. And we've seen that's the reason why we had the 4 worst years in Lakers history. So I really think the change was needed at the time, and I'm not a Jim Buss hater, and like some people in LA are. But I wish Jim Buss the best, and I hope they can fix their family relationship and bring it back together and together. Now let's get on to our last subject, which is tanking. Let the Lakers. We're sitting at the 3rd worst record in the NBA. Now, obviously, when we traded Lou Williams for that 1st round pick and along with Corey Brewer. And when we made another deal, we should have traded Nick Young for a bottom 2nd round pick. But it is what it is. He should go on the bench and back up Jordan Clarkson. And also we made another deal trading Marcelo Huertas for Tyler Enos. So we're looking towards the future. But let's go back to having the third worst record in the NBA currently. Obviously, we're not going to catch the Brooklyn Nets. With that pick, their pick goes to the Boston Celtics anyway, as part of the KG Paul Pierce trade. But but you know, we gotta find some kind of way get to the second worst record, because that'll bring our percentage of keeping our pick from 47% to about 56%. So we need to keep this pick at this point. Obviously, I don't think our young players are that bad. So we're going to steal some games, like it or not. But when Lou Williams gone, obviously it should be harder for us to score. And we should see tonight when we play the Oklahoma City Thunder and Russell Westbrook. Now, I'm hoping to see Russell, Clarkson, Ingram, Randall, and Zubac to get like at least, I'm butchering the poor man's name, to at least get 35 minutes plus a game, because we need to know what these guys have. Who is the next Lakers superstar on the block? I hope so, but you know, only time can tell. We need to see how these kids develop. Let's be patient. I actually enjoyed this process of watching the Lakers rebuild. I've been a Laker fan since 1994, and we will get back to the glory days. And remember, the free agent period of 2018 is what we're shooting for, not 2017, because I don't think there's anybody out there that see our team that's ready for us to compete for a championship yet. But 2018 is what we got to do. Anyway, tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about the Lakers. It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports. I'm out. Peace. I just got off work, so I'm about to hit the hay. You have a good night.